Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's wonderful webinar on College Multihexa MSM Agent E-Training 2021 Live. I see a lot of attendees in the process of joining in, hoping that all of you are safe and healthy from wherever you are attending this webinar. A good morning, a good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen from all parts of the world. I would like to thank you all for taking time out and being here today with us. My name is Folusho Awogbami, and I will be your moderator for today's webinar. For those who don't know me, I'm the MSM manager for Africa for College Multihexa. I am delighted and pleased to introduce today's spearheader of the webinar, Bhumika Sharma, the marketing manager for North India for College Multihexa. Before I hand over mic to Bhumika, I would like to run through the housekeeping requirement that is needed for today's presentation and the Zoom platform. So today's agenda for the webinar will be, first, you will be hearing a comprehensive presentation on College Multihexa programs. Then you will be taking question and answer. In the question and answer session, there is going to be a control panel where you are going to ask your question. The question will be answered at the end when we have our Q&A session. Please feel free to ask all your query while the presentation is on progress. For those who are just joining us, welcome to today's webinar on College Multihexa MSM Agent E-Summit 2021 Live. So without further delay, let us kickstart things off by welcoming our spearheader, Bhumika. You are welcome.
Thank you so much, Filuso. Good morning, good
You're
evening,
welcome.
and good afternoon to everyone. I am Bhumika, the marketing manager for College Multihexa Canada. I welcome everybody into this Agent E-Summit 2021 Live for College Multihexa, exclusively for Africa. In today's webinar, we are going to cover all the important information related to College Multihexa about the programs, admission requirements, fee structure, and our campus location. We will also talk about the job opportunities and internship opportunities that we offer to the students who will be studying at College Multihexa. Without any further ado, let us begin with today's session. First of all, I would like to talk about the location. Now, College Multihexa is located in the province of Quebec, and we are located in one of the largest cities of Quebec, known as Saguenay. Saguenay is approximately 4 hours away from Montreal and 2 hours away from Quebec City by road. Saguenay is also known as the cultural capital of Quebec, and it is also known as the development centers for the province of Quebec. We have a lot of factories and manufacturing centers set up in the town, and we export a lot of goods to the nearby regions. Moving on to the college history. College Multihexa was established in 1986, and we have trained more than 5,000 students across the entire Quebec. We work very closely with the top employers located in Saguenay and in Quebec. Not to mention that College Multihexa provides undergraduate IT diploma programs for all of the students who wish to study in Canada. The picture that you see in front of your screens is the infrastructure of the college, and we are located at the ground floor of this building. The rest of the building is occupied by a couple of IT companies, where CGI being one of the largest IT companies. So majority of the students who study with Multihexa, they go for their internships to CGI, and they also apply for their jobs within the building. Other than this, we have got tie-up with more than 20 IT companies that are located in overall Quebec, where we can help our students for internships as well as for their jobs. Moving on. At College Multihexa, we have a standard classroom size of approximately 25 students per classroom. Our all programs are approved by Quebec Ministry of Education. As most of you already know that Quebec is a French-dominated province, and the international students get the opportunity to learn French on campus. The students can learn on campus French, and they can actually get paid by the government. So this is one of the benefits for the international students. Another benefit would be the low cost of living that the Saguenay city has to offer to the students, with efficient transportation and affordable housing options. Let's have a look at what life looks like in Saguenay. So Saguenay City is a combination of urban city as well as nature. We have all sorts of basic amenities available within the town, such as universities, colleges, hospitals, shopping malls, shopping complexes, amusement parks, stadium, golf course, etc. The city is surrounded by beautiful forests, lakes, hills, and valleys all around its region. The students can definitely enjoy lots of recreational activities, and they can definitely enjoy the best of both the worlds while they stay in Saguenay. In terms of population versus area, Saguenay is approximately 3 times as large as Montreal. And we have got a very limited population where the students won't find a lot of traffic on the public places or on the roads as well. So it's a very less crowded place to be in, such an easygoing lifestyle in the city that the students can enjoy. Moving on, let's talk about the actual living expense of the city. Now, and on an average, a housing costs around 375 to 400 Canadian dollars, which includes the monthly rent, Wi-Fi, and electricity. And on an average, the students can pay $200 to $300 to manage their groceries. Apart from this, the student only needs to get a monthly bus pass recharge done at approximately $55 to $60, and that's it. So that's what covers the majority of the expenses for the international students during their stay in the city. So the students can definitely enjoy a high quality of living at a very reasonable price in Saguenay. Let's have a look at a couple of famous tourist places from around the town. This place is known as downtown Chicoutimi, and you'll see lots of historical buildings here. Moving on, we have La Pilpiri Museums, and you will find a lot of museums in the city because Saguenay is known as the cultural capital of Quebec. We have a beautiful place called Port Village where the students can work part-time. Now, this is what our residential and our shopping area looks like, just for your reference. Now, this one is interesting. World's second largest aluminum extraction plant is located in the city Saguenay. And apart from this, we have a lot of manufacturing factories and manufacturing centers set up in the city where the students can work part-time as a factory worker. So Saguenay has got a lot of part-time jobs available in the town, such as salesman, cashier, receptionist, or a factory worker. And the minimum wage rate offered for the same is $13 per hour, and it can go up to $21 per hour, depending upon the type of job that a student chooses. Moving on to the programs of studies. Now, College Multihexa has been a pioneer in teaching IT for the past 35 years. We have the most experienced teachers with us on campus, and we make sure that our students have a hands-on approach and learn everything with a good implementation of every technology that they learn. Let's talk about the programs. So program number 1 that we offer at Multihexa College is ACM Programmer Analyst. This is a 2 years diploma. After the completion of 2 years, the students will be eligible for 3 years of postgraduate work permit. The students can apply for a variety of jobs such as web developer, database manager, and mobile developer. And the average salary that is offered to the students is $42,500 on a beginner's level. Moving on to our second program, ACM Network Management. This program again is 2 years of undergraduate IT diploma offered with 3 years of postgraduate work permit for the international students. The students can apply for a variety of jobs on the basis of this program, such as IT advisor, network administrator, and IT technician. The average salary offered to the students on the basis of these jobs is $40,000 on a beginner's level. Moving on to our admission requirement and our fee structure. So both the programs are available for our next intake, which is September 21, which is currently open at the moment. Now, we do not have any application fee at College Multihexa, so we offer the conditional offer letters to the students completely free of cost. And in terms of our academic requirements, we accept 50% overall with no subject less than 50% in high school. And I'm sure that Feluso can help me out here in terms of the exact requirement as per the education system that we follow in Africa.
Yes, it depends. Thank you, Bhumika. It depends on the student and where the student is coming from. For example, if the student is coming from Nigeria, WAEC will be needed or NECO. and a minimum of 6.6 in WAEC or NECO. And the same thing can be applicable to other English-speaking country in West Africa sub-region. And for students who will be applying from Kenya, Rwanda, Uganda, they just need the minimum of 50% in their high school certificate. Thank you, Bhumika.
Thank you so much for helping me out, Peluso. So that was our requirement as per the African education system. Now, the students who are not from the English-speaking region, we will also need English proficiency test scores. We accept IELTS and PTE, but the students those who are coming from English-speaking countries, we do not require any English proficiency test score. The students, those who are coming from French-speaking country, we are more than happy to welcome students from French-speaking country because at College Multihexa, we deliver our programs into 2 languages of instruction. We deliver our programs in French as well as English, so the students can choose any language as per their convenience. Moving on to our tuition fees, our annual tuition fee is quite affordable, which is just 11,800 Canadian dollars. In order to secure a seat or in order to get a letter of admission from College Multihexa, you can pay 5,900 Canadian dollars to us, which is 50% of the annual tuition fee. Moving on to some local employment opportunities. College Multihexa has tied up with a lot of IT companies, just like I mentioned in the very beginning of this webinar. The companies that you see in front of your screen are located very close to our campus, and we can help our students with their internships as well as with their full-time jobs here. The biggest IT companies out of all of those will be CGI, which is located in our same building, and Ubisoft, which is located in a very close region as our campus of Multihexa College. One of the interesting facts that I would like to mention here related to the IT industry is that there are about 1.4 million jobs available in Quebec between now and 2026. So this is a booming industry where the students can definitely make their careers. And we will be happy to help our students in terms of their internship as well as their full-time placements as well. Moving on to the internship schedule and the class schedules. College Multihexa offers a mandatory internship for 3 months towards the end of the program. So every student who studies at Multihexa will have to undergo an internship. Now, this could be a paid or an unpaid internship. It completely depends upon the student's skill set. Apart from this, our classes are for only 3 days a week, and the rest of the days, students are free to work. Now, since all the students who go for their internships learn the implementation of the technologies that they have learned on campus, the students, they get 85% placement from College Multihexa. So our current graduates are pretty happy with all the options that they are getting while studying on the campus. College Multihexa is almost located in the heart of the city, and we have been recognized and supported by the major IT companies such as Microsoft and Cisco. Moving on. We already have international students studying with us, and we will be happy to welcome more from Africa. So feel free to share your educational documents with us or with my colleague Peluso, so that we can do an assessment and let you know if you meet the admission requirements of College Multihexa or not. In terms of international student services, we help our students in the airport pickup. We help our students for accommodation as well as for their part-time jobs. And we also help our students for their internships as well as for their placements. We provide several other facilities such as helping the students out for their GIC bank account activation and also for the issuing of the SIM card while they're reaching the region in Canada. So until the moment the students are nicely settled in the area, we make sure that we help the students at each and every step with College Multihexa. So right from the step where we receive you at the airport, we make sure that we are there until you have a good placement option with you through our placements. Now, I would quickly like to take you through our campus. I'd like to give you a virtual tour of College Multihexa. And right after that, we will be jumping into Q&A. So if you have any question related to College Multihexa, please feel free to drop it in the Q&A box. I'm quickly going to share my screen so that I can give you a tour of the campus. All right, so I hope my screen is visible to all. This is the very entrance of College Multihexa, and we have a very nice and decent waiting area just at the beginning at the right hand side. So this is the door through which you enter the campus. Moving a little bit further towards the reception. Now this is the reception area of College Multihexa. We generally have Helen here who creates the offer letter for all of the international students for us. Moving ahead. So we have nice two cabins on the left and right hand side, which are occupied by the professors, one of which is Alex, who takes care of the international students, and also the president and the director of the college, Mr. Jacques Ferron. So we have a very wide and long corridor, but before we go into that, I'd also like to show you our teachers' room. So this one is our teachers' room, lots of nice desks here. So this is a little bit of area where a lot of networks of the college are connected. And this is where the teachers sit and prepare students' assignment. They also prepare the rest of the tasks that are preparation and everything. Right, so going back to the corridor. So we have a long corridor until the end, and we have lots of rooms and labs on the left and right hand side, as you can see. I'm going to show you one sample classroom at College Multihexa. So let's have a look at it. All right, so on the left-hand side, we have a computer lab where the students can learn the networking as well as the web development. So this is one of our labs on campus. Now let's have a look at our classroom. So this is one of our classrooms in the college. We have a board available here. This is the teacher's desk. The rest of the desks are available for the students. You also get to see the weather from the outside of this classroom, which is very nice and cozy at the moment. Moving back to the corridor. So we have a little locker area on the right-hand side and some spare uniforms on the left. Moving towards the end of the hall, we have a very nice little cafeteria for the students where the students can sit and enjoy their lunch. So this is a vending machine, and we have lots of other things available here, such as coffee machine, microwaves, as well as a water dispenser and a refrigerator for the students' use. We also have a little waiting room here where the students can sit during their break time. Maybe they can prepare for the assignments, they can read some books in their free time. Basically, they can enjoy their time around here in the waiting room. Moving back to the corridor. And there's more to this campus, which you can definitely check on our official website, www.collegemultihexa.com. For those of you who can reach out to my colleague Peluso, he already has the link to this campus. And you can also send us an email to request the link for this virtual campus tour so that you can showcase our campus to your prospective students. Right, so that's about it. I hope you all enjoyed this virtual tour. Moving back to the presentation, and now let's jump into the question and answer session. Feel free to drop in your questions in the Q&A box, and we will be picking your questions one by one, and we will be answering them live. I request my colleague Peluso to participate in the Q&A and let us see what questions we have got so far.
Thank you very much, Bhumika. We have some questions here already. There is a question which says, please, what is the range of fee for international students?
All right, so just like I mentioned, our current tuition fees is 11,800 Canadian dollars for 1 year. and the student can pay at least 5,900, which is half of the tuition fee for a year, in order to get the letter of admission from the college. So minimum fees would be 5,900 and annual fees would be $11,800.
Thank you very much, Bhumika. There is another question which is, what is the process of obtaining certificate du Quebec? What is the procedure?
Okay. So, yes, we have got an official website where all of the agents globally apply to obtain a certificate issued from the government of Quebec known as CAQ, which enables the student to apply for a study permit in Quebec. The procedure can be found out at the official website itself, and you will be able to upload the documents of your student and to create the basically the login for your student on that particular website. Feel free to just Google it how to apply for CQ, and I'm sure you'll get the steps there. If not, then I will share the information with Peluso in an email, and he can probably send it to you across. So feel free to send an email to Peluso or maybe get in touch with him. The exact steps and the link will be shared with you through an email if required.
Yeah, the student is also asking, or the agent, does the certificate has anything to affect in the visa application positively or negatively?
A good question. So CAQ is basically a letter that is obtained in order to be eligible to apply for your study permit for Quebec. For other provinces in Canada, we don't have such letter, but for Quebec, yes, there is a CAQ involved. I mean, I would say majority of the time, every student gets a CAQ approval. So it has nothing to do with a positive or negative visa application. You will definitely get a positive CAQ, and once you get it, you can go ahead and apply for your visa. Now, whether your visa will be granted or not is the question. It has nothing to do with the CAQ processing at all.
Okay. Then another question here, how long does it take to process an undergraduate admission?
Okay, so on an average, it takes 45 days to process an entire application, starting from step number one, which is requesting an offer letter from the college. Once you receive the offer letter, you will have to make a payment of at least 5,900 to the college's account. Once we receive the amount, we will issue you with the letter of admission. And using the letter of admission, you can apply for CAQ. And once you have your CAQ approval, you can apply for the study permit. So the standard processing of a visa application is 45 days.
Thank you very much, Bhumika. There is another question here, which says, do you have a provision for campus accommodation for international students?
Yes, absolutely, but not on the campus, just like I mentioned. The building that you saw in the very initial slides, or the building that is right now in front of your screen, the right-hand side one. So in this building, we have a college campus, and we also have some IT companies operating, but we do not have any accommodation within the same building. However, we do have tie-up with accommodation agencies, and currently international students are already studying there. So if the students are looking for an option for accommodation, they can definitely pick an option through the college's help. We offer some good accommodations, which includes a lot of facilities which the students might not get otherwise on his own. But yes, if he wishes to go for a place of his own, choice, then we are more than happy for it. And you have got both options available with you.
Thank you, Bhumika. There is another interesting question here, which says, are we not offering scholarship now? That does the college Multihexa offering scholarship right now?
So at the moment, College Multihexa is offering student discount of 2,000 Canadian dollars, and our current tuition fee, which was 13,800, is right now 11,800. So the fees that you saw in today's webinar is already a discounted tuition fee, and this discount applies to every student who wishes to study with us in Multihexa for September 21 intake. Rather than offering a scholarship which will only be applied to certain students, we are offering a student grant which applies to everybody.
Thank you very much. There is another question here. Are the admission on rolling basis?
Well, it could, you can say rolling basis, or you could not say rolling basis, because we have four fixed intakes throughout the year. Number one is January intake. Then we have March intake, which closes very, very soon. Then we have May, and now we are into September 21 intake. So at the moment, we are accepting applications for September 21. So feel free to share your educational documents if you have, or any applicant that you might have.
Thank you, Bhumika. There is another question here. The agent is asking for how much is the minimum deposit after the acceptance letter?
I'm sorry. I didn't get the question.
Yeah. How much is the minimum deposit to be paid to the college when the student is being offered an admission?
Okay, so what is the refund policy for refusal? That's the question.
No, yeah, he's asking for the minimum amount to be paid to the college when the offer letter is being released.
Oh, okay. The charges for seat reservation. All right. So we charge $5,900, which is half year tuition fee, not full year tuition fee, which is just 5,900. You can either pay full year tuition fee, which is 11,800, or you can pay half year, which is 5,900. So this 5,900 is the minimum amount that needs to be paid so that we can issue a letter of acceptance to the student.
Yeah, thank you very much, Bhumika. There is another question here asking about tuition return policy. I think it's talking about reform policy for college multi-exam.
All right. So, okay, as far as refund policy is concerned, in case your student gets a refusal and is not accepted by the Canada Immigration, then we will refund the entire fee back to you, and we will only make a deduction of 250 Canadian dollars as per the Quebec immigration policy. The rest of the amount will be refunded back to you. So yeah, that's our refund policy.
Okay, thank you. There is another question here. It says, does it mean that the final acceptance offer must be secure before applying for Quebec certificate?
Yes, absolutely right. So this is one of the step that we follow, and this is the procedure. This is a standard procedure to apply for CAQ. You need to make a payment in the college and get an LOA, letter of admission, and then you need to apply for CAQ and get your CAQ approvals, after which you can apply for your visa.
Okay, I think we have done justice to most of the questions. Attendees, feel free to ask any question that may be bothering you. We still have some time left. Okay, there is another question here which says, do you have any postgraduate course?
Oh, well, I wish we had, but at the moment we only have undergraduate IT diploma programs for international students. As soon as we have any PG program, we'll definitely send you an email.
Okay. I think we have done justice to most of the questions. If you still have any questions pending, you can ask now so that Bhumika can,
Definitely.
attend to them. Okay, there is another question here. When student, okay, at a student's arrival when we start to process his PR, I think the agent is asking how soon will student be able to process his or her permanent residence?
Okay, so in order to apply for a permanent resident in Canada, in Quebec, the student should meet several requirements. For example, how much credits the student has studied already, what's his age, what's his qualification, what's his work experience, and what level of French he's cleared already. So there are several aspects included which will actually make a student's profile eligible or non-eligible to be applied for PR. But if you are that interested, you can definitely check PEQ, which is Quebec Experience Program, on the official website of Quebec, which states that if a student studies for at least 2 years in Quebec and apply for, 2 years, at least study in Quebec for 2 years, and then the student shows a full-time work experience for at least 6 months at any of the IT companies, the student will be eligible to apply for SPR within 2.5 years. So this is something that you can go for. PEQ is quite interesting. Other than that, I'm not an authorized IRCC member, so I would not like to comment more on this subject.
Okay, there is another question. What is the college doing in terms of employment on campus for international students?
Okay, so we do not have any on-campus jobs, but we do have jobs available in the local region, which the college team helps the student for. So, like I said, there are a variety of jobs available in the region, and the international team absolutely help the students in securing one or the other job. So you can say that yes, the team puts in a lot of effort in order to help students obtain part-time jobs in the region, which can be any, it can be at a superstore, it can be at a warehouse, it can be as a security guard, it can be as a factory worker. There are various kinds of jobs available.
Yes. There is another question. Do you offer online program?
Oh, yes, we do. We do. At the moment, the May intake will be run online because of the current situation of COVID-19. And but before this, we had students on campus and we were teaching everything on campus to the students. But looking at the current situation, we will be doing an online classes, or we might be doing a hybrid class where we teach online and offline together. So yes, we make sure that the students understands what's taught in the class, and we try to deliver the classes in as many mediums as possible.
Thank you, Bhumika. Another question. Does your graduate eligible for 2 years postgraduate work permit?
Um, Yes, absolutely. Students can study for 2 years and they will be eligible for postgraduate work permit for up to 3 years. Yeah.
Okay. I think there is another question here. Well, it might not really relevant to what we are discussing. The person is asking how much is PR? Please, it is important.
Oh, well, how much? I don't understand this question correctly because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
need to rephrase this.
Okay, let me.
And again, then I would not like to speak a lot on permanent residency because I am the marketing manager and global international student recruiter for Multihexa College. I am not an authorized IRCC member, but I'm sure if you get in touch with one of the IRCC member, you will be able to get your answer.
Yes, I think the agent can visit www.cic.gc.ca. That is the website of Canadian government where you will get all these details. Thank you very much. And there is another question here. Which university accept multi-exam diploma for graduate program?
Well, absolutely. Every university can accept our credits, and the students will be getting all their credits transferred as long as their program is relevant, right? So, if a student is going for, let's say, a degree program, he's already studied at Multihexa for 2 years. He can only study at a university for the next 2 years if the program has got a relevancy. So, his 2 years of credits will be completely transferred, and he will be getting an admission into third year straight away. So there's not a list of university as such because every university will be able to accept it as long as there is a relevancy in the courses.
Okay. I think we have done justice to all the questions. If you are still having any pending questions, you can ask now. Uh, I think we don't have any pending questions. So, Bhumika, your closing remark.
It was nice having this interactive session with everyone. I'd like to have everybody in such webinars from Africa more often. It's always a pleasure interacting with all of you. And if you have any question or if you would like to request any kind of material or email from the college, feel free to get in touch with my colleague Peluso, or you can straight away send me an email on the mentioned email ID that I'm just going to type it in the chat box for everyone. So feel free to request all the information on this email ID that I'm just typing right now.
So I would like to thank all of you for joining us. Thank you so much and have a great day.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. Stay safe, please take care. And for your questions, we are always there to respond back to you as soon as possible. Feel free to share your questions with us and let us know if you have any student interested to study with us in Multihexa with such amazing internship opportunity and placement opportunities in Canada in the IT sector for September 21 intake. Thank you and stay safe.